We're hitting the road once again this week to find the most amazing people, places, and destinations we can find. I'm Travis Culver, and this is Love Where You Live. This week I learned how to make a homemade pie just like Grandma used to do at the Sweet Spot. This takes me back to my childhood. You have no idea how hard it is for me to start eating this right off my fingers. Barking Mad Farm Bed and Breakfast offers great views and amazing food for you and your four-legged friends.
An awesome little 2-acre private dog park for them. So there's lots of good smells and a little creek that runs through it, so the city dogs can also have a country experience.
City dogs! And it's all things taters when we visit the Idaho Potato Museum in Blackfoot.
Here is one of our own little concoctions. It's a huckleberry fry sauce, so give that just a taste.
Huckleberry fry sauce. Never had that before. All right, here we go. This is Penny and Kathy. They make up together the Sweet Spot. So how did the two of you decide time to do something different with this?
Penny's done pies for 15 years, and when I opened Kathy's Cakes, I wanted to serve something other than just the cakes. Mm-hmm. So I got Penny's pies, and then we just became really fast friends. It took a while, and then she wasn't sure she was going to sell to me.
You talked to her.
She was relentless. She called me like 5 times.
So when did it officially become the Sweet Spot?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago? That long?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know it'd been that long. How many, I mean, I know it's just total guesstimate, which is fine, but how many cakes and pies would you say you guys make a week now?
Oh, gosh.
In our off season for pies, we do about 250 a week.
For what it's worth, that's over 12,000 pies a year on the low end. And you thought Thanksgiving at your house was miserable.
And then cakes, we do, I don't know, 15 just regular, like buttercream cakes.
Right.
Just out of the case, and then we have orders for them.
And then custom
And then
cakes.
the custom cakes, we do about 3 to 5 a week. We can only do so many because they are custom, and a lot of times it's 8 hours of decorating time.
So how did you get into cakes?
For a long time, I did hair for 20 years, and then I started doing the charity with the community cakes, and then people started asking me to make them, and then it kind of outgrew my house, and then. And
the pies, did Grandma always bake pies? Is that what happened?
My husband's aunt had the business and I bought it from her when she retired. And we use all of her old recipes that, like when I trained with her, that's what we still use, and they're like family. Clearly
they're a hit because you make 250 in your off time.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about cake decorating. I remember I told you earlier, I took a cake decorating class when I was like in basically a Boy Scouts kind of thing. And I was awful at it. I was so bad. But I hear the rumor that these two want to have a little fun at my expense or maybe teach me how to do it the right way. Chances are it's not going to go too well.
We'll do it real simple. We'll keep it simple.
Simple's good. So we're going to experiment in the kitchen. Hopefully that goes well next. So in front of us is said cake, and Kathy is going to either have mercy on me or not. I'm not sure yet, but she's going to show me how to decorate a cake, because the backstory is when I was a little guy, I took a cake decorating class, and it was tragic. Of course, my mother said it was beautiful, but that's what moms are supposed to do. So what kind of cake first off?
This is a carrot cake.
Ugh, little does Kathy know that carrot cake is my least favorite cake on the planet. Who puts vegetables in their cake? As long as she doesn't make me taste it, I suppose we're gonna be all right. Oh.
Homemade carrot cake.
Yes.
And homemade cream cheese, because we don't use anything but from scratch.
Yeah, and you could smell the cream cheese frosting being made, and it was fantastic. So what are we doing now?
So then you just put a big blob of frosting on there, and this is cream cheese icing.
Okay.
And then you work from the sides.
Okay, I'm going to watch you first.
Okay, so you just bring it down, and then you smooth it along the sides. So you could try to do that.
Okay, so you're just...
But if you're more comfortable with the back...
I'm not comfortable with anything, Kathy.
You have to bring frosting down to use.
Oh, we do. See, that might have been the first problem. Okay, so how much do you use? Does it matter?
That.
Just like a little bit? Like that?
Just a
okay.
little bit.
And then just start... See, I don't think I had the little spinny table thing. I was lied to.
Yeah.
I didn't have the spinny table thing.
You have to get more icing.
Oh, more icing, okay. And then what do you do with the top?
So
How do you make the top not ugly?
You just bring your icing down until you got it nice and smooth.
Look how fast she does that. That's incredible.
You can wipe off if you feel like you have a little bit too much.
Oh, so this is the piping.
Mm-hmm. And you have the star tip.
Is this the same kind of icing?
Mm-hmm. This
Okay.
is cream cheese icing.
All right.
And then
So you're going to show me, and then you're going to let
you
me
keep
try and
your
make a fool of
tip
myself,
straight
right?
up.
Okay. Straight up?
Mm-hmm. Build it up and bring it down. Build it up and then bring it down.
Now, wait a minute. Before I do this, you're not going to actually try and sell this cake out there, right?
I could clean it up.
I mean, okay. Are you sure?
Or you could take it home and eat it.
Oh my gosh. So build it up.
Mm-hmm. Squeeze it.
Right?
Come on, squeeze.
Like that? Except for it's horrible! Not a phrase I'm used to hearing when I'm making cakes, to be honest with you, but you would be surprised how hard that stuff really was to squeeze. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
So we gotta squeeze it harder, right?
Yeah.
All right, so squeeze it.
And then bring it, there you go.
Ah, see? Little bit of help. So what are we doing with like the green and the orange stuff? I'm guessing that's decorative?
Yep, we're
Like
gonna
for
make a carrot
carrot-y?
because it's a carrot cake.
I think what she means is she's gonna make the carrot and I'm gonna sort of help, so, which would be better,
We'll do
frankly.
2 carrots so that you
Oh,
can do it.
okay. So how
So
do you
you
make a
just-
carrot?
Wiggle it down.
Oh, I think I can do that. Am I doing one right beside it?
Yep. Perfect.
I can make a carrot! Okay,
And then you
this is the...
Just a little green.
Okay, now that looks harder. How did you do that? You just squeeze and
Squeeze
lift?
it and let go. Squeeze it and let go.
Oh.
Yep.
Not as good as yours.
Oh, it's perfect.
But no, it's not. You're lying.
This is perfect.
That's awesome. Well, next, Penny, on her side, clearly, of the line, is going to show me how she makes a pie. Coming up next on Love Where You Live. Hey, welcome back to Love Where You Live. We're here at the Sweet Spot in Caldwell, Idaho. We've been having a great time. Kathy just showed me, she did show me, I failed at decorating a cake. Penny, I'm hoping I'm going to have a little bit more luck with you because when I was a kid, I actually did do okay making pies with my mom. So I don't know what we're doing here, but it looks like we're putting something together.
Yes, we're gonna put some pie crust together. We have some filling made. We need that rolling pin.
This right here. I remember this. Never mind. Okay, so the rolling pin.
So we're just gonna make some crust here.
I hear there's a bit of a secret recipe in this, so
Yeah.
we're not going to divulge what that is.
Yeah.
I was threatened to be killed by the cake lady. I want that on record, so the pie lady didn't.
So we just kind of make this.
How do you know when it's done? Like, is there a certain...
I usually use like pea-sized pieces.
Like
of
little
bark.
crumbles in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mix this together.
Okay.
So you just kind of.
We going in with the hands? Is
Yeah,
that what we're doing?
go
Okay.
with the hands
Okay, we're
and-
going in and we're going to mix them all together. Oh,
Yeah.
it's already got that kind of nice, like, pliable
And you don't
feeling
want to
thing going on.
overwork it
Okay.
because.
I hear that's a terrible thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mix it.
Is that close? Are we close there? Are we good? Okay. All right.
And then we just add some of this in there.
Are we doing the same thing again?
Yeah.
Wow. Kathy, I didn't get as dirty with you. I don't know what's going on here. Do you wait till it gets all like kind of worked in and everything, all
Yeah.
mixed around? Okay.
You have to
Wow.
get just the right
I look like a
texture here.
cheesy B-rated
I just
horror
kind of squeeze it a little
thing.
bit.
Squeeze it. Okay. Now we're squeezing things. All right.
Yeah.
Got it. This takes me back to my childhood. You have no idea how hard it is for me to
Give me a
start
little knife.
eating this right off my fingers. I kid you not.
Yeah.
And then do I need to make a ball out of it or anything first? Is that what you did?
I just take some here.
Okay.
Has to feel good. Has to feel like the right amount.
Okay. So basically, Penny has done this so much, she knows exactly how much goes in without a recipe. I'm the guy that has to follow the recipe. Something tells me I've figured out my problem. All right, that feels like the right amount.
That does.
Okay, all right. Ah, this is bringing back memories from childhood. Mom, I'm sorry I didn't learn that. Okay, we're gonna do this. How many times out do you do it? Did you do
Till
it
it's
out?
thin enough.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Sorry, till it's thin enough. All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Getting closer, huh? But still a little too
Yeah.
thick, maybe? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gotta go in that pie tin right there.
And then you fold it in half?
I do.
Okay. Oh, is that so you, okay, so you can put it in there.
Yeah, and it's
See, mine tore already. Look
a
at that.
little bit of issues, but it'll be okay. So we'll throw
Some oh, it's cherries.
yeah.
Mm.
We made this earlier today.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you guys made it up yourself?
uh-huh.
And then do
then
you
we'll
just bake it open top like that, or you're gonna make a topper
No,
for it?
like
Okay.
the top for it.
Everything made from scratch. I love it.
Yeah.
So is that how? Okay, what are you doing there? Just putting like little
we
vents or
just
something?
put little marks on it so we know what they are because we have several different kinds. So each pie has a different cut.
I had no idea they used symbols on pies. I thought those were just like splits where the hot air came out. I don't know. But I guess if you make 250 pies a week, you got to figure something out. So it's almost like each pie has its own little signature, almost kind of like
Yeah. So
Is that something unique to you guys, or is that a baker thing?
that's
I
just
don't know.
what we've always done.
Oh, look
so
at that.
there you go.
And in a matter of just a few moments, you have Penny's pies. Well, that one and then this one, she's probably going to take home and give to the neighbor. Up next, we check out the unique amenities offered for humans and dogs alike at Barking Mad Farm Bed and Breakfast in Enterprise, Oregon. You know, as far as bed and breakfasts are concerned, they can be a dime a dozen. So when you find a diamond in the rough, a place that has incredible views of the Wallowa Valley and buffalo that literally are playing in the field next to you while you eat breakfast, that's pretty special. Add to that your four-legged friends are welcome, and we decided we had to get on the road and check out Barking Mad Farm Bed and Breakfast in Enterprise, Oregon. I'm here with Emily and Rob Clavins. They are the owners of Barking Mad, is that right? Barking Mad Bed and Breakfast.
Barking Mad Farm.
Farm, oh, excuse me, Barking Mad Farm, because it is actually a working farm, right? The thing that's really neat about your place is it's dog friendly, right? Well, I guess most people travel with dogs. There's not a lot of people out there traveling with their pet goat or something like that. But
Yeah, we might take that too, though.
you might take that
We'd be
too.
open to
But it's
it.
dog friendly. What does dog friendly mean here?
Obviously, the dog's allowed in the room with the folks, and we have an awesome little 2-acre private dog park for them. So there's lots of good smells and a little creek that runs through it, so the city dogs can also have a country experience.
The city dogs. That's right. Bring your city dog to Enterprise, Oregon. I love that. It's city. Sadly, that's very true, actually. I mean, if we're being honest, there are city dogs. You know, I never really thought about the city dog thing, but to be honest, I've got 2 schnauzers that probably would be clueless what to do with 2 acres. Dilly and Bruno. Bruno? I don't think they know what to do with 20 feet. What brought you guys here? Like, you haven't lived here all your lives, have you?
No, I grew up on the west side of Oregon, and Rob was coming out here for work and coming back, and I started coming with him, and you know, we just really fell in love with the area and the community, and it's a really wonderful place to live.
Yeah, we put a bug in the owner's ear. We said, if you ever sell the place, let us know. And one day the phone rang about 15 years before we expected it to. And we had to make a decision. So we
How serious were you when you guys said that? Because I think a lot of times we'll say stuff like that flippantly. How seriously were you? We're like, hey, call me if you want to sell this joint.
Apparently, we're quite serious.
Turns out.
But yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, it was an ideal situation for us. We really we started dating when we were teaching outdoor school together, and we really enjoyed sharing nature with the kids, and we found that the parents even were just as interested in learning about their surroundings, the natural history, the cultural history of an area, and so this is a really neat way for us to be able to share our home and our lives and the beautiful surroundings and history of this place with visitors.
Let me just tell you how beautiful the scenery really is here. It's so beautiful that Hollywood producers have picked this area multiple times for footage in movies, most famously in the movie Homeward Bound. One of the things that I have to tell you is the most striking about, at least in my experience of the Wallowa Valley, is you come around this corner, one of the little towns just before Enterprise, and you drop into this valley and you see this view of these unbelievable mountains. That's the view out your kitchen window, out your dining room window. You're looking at that all the time. How do people that are especially maybe not familiar with seeing mountains all the time, how do they react the first time they see that?
They usually make some joke about how, man, that must be tough to be you.
Okay, so you kind of what you, and you joke back, yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
or
it's
what?
awful. Yeah, I mean, it's overwhelming. It is. It's gorgeous, and you know, it's funny. We'll serve breakfast out here when the weather is nice, and you know, you're sitting there talking, but everyone's going like this. You know, just taking the look at the mountains there.
Right.
You know,
it's like when you're trying to talk to people watching TV, except for it's like natural beauty.
Right.
So if I come and stay at Barking Mad Farm Bed and Breakfast, what's breakfast like here?
I think we maybe are not quite so similar in our fare. Of course, I have coffee and tea and homemade granola and some fruit and yogurt on the table just for those that prefer that. And then I do some sort of rotating main. So like this morning we had some dill potatoes with smoked salmon and fried eggs from the hens. Yeah. Most people come to B&Bs because they want to learn more about the area from a pair of people that live here, as well as meet other people, other travelers.
So what's that like? Because I could imagine, like around this very table we're sitting at, you could have quite the mix of people. I imagine they don't all come from the same town.
Yeah.
That's been actually my favorite part. That was a surprise. Was I sometimes think of myself as a little bit wanting to be a hermit, but people come and they're interesting and they're interested and they find so many points of connection. We were telling the story a while ago where we had, sometimes you get nervous because you've got the conservative cowboy and the liberal city environmentalist and the guy from Switzerland all staying at the table together.
Okay.
And by the end of it, you walk away for a while, you're worried they're going to start fighting. You come back and they're laughing and they're sharing stories and they have all these connection points. And it's just been really fun meeting lots of different people, hearing their stories, sharing our own. It's really, I think it's the best part of actually owning a B&B, which was a surprise to me.
Isn't that amazing how people have something in common if they usually have something in common. If they have enough time, they take enough time to find it, and you find it over a meal. Cool. Well, thank you guys for your passion. I mean, gosh, what a setting. You can't beat this. Thank you so much for having us here at Barking Mad Farm. Farm or farms? Farm. Don't want to be plural. They don't want that much more work. Bed and breakfast. You guys can check this out on our website, lovewhereyoulivetv.com. When in Idaho, do as the Idahoans and check out the Idaho Potato Museum. After the break, we get a personal tour of this one-of-a-kind potato palace and try a sampling of Idaho's famous potatoes. Welcome back to Love Where You Live TV. I'm Travis Culver. We are here in Blackfoot, Idaho, at the Idaho Potato Museum, and I want to introduce you to a friend. This is Trish. Hi, Trish.
Hi, how are
Thank you
you?
for having us.
Thanks.
She is, oh wow, what's the right term for you? Curator?
No, director.
Director, okay. Director of the Idaho Potato Museum and involved with the Chamber of Commerce here in Blackfoot, and she's agreed to take us on a little bit of a tour of the Potato Museum.
Let's see what lies inside.
Potato time, let's go check it out. I see something that caught my eye when we were walking around earlier called the Sputnik. I'm guessing that's obviously a play off the Sputnik satellite,
Absolutely. 1958 is when they launched Sputnik. And so it was the same year that Leo and Carl Hobbs of Blackfoot,
Blackfoot again,
that they created their potato loader. So this wonderful piece of equipment, they took a conveyor belt,
right,
and then they had this awesome idea. Instead of loading potatoes into the potato cellar and out of the potato cellar by hand, hey, let's put it on a machine and let the machine do it.
You know they say necessity is the mother of invention, right? I get the feeling these guys got sick and tired of carrying bags of potatoes up the stairs and finally realized, forget this, there's got to be something better. So they took this conveyor belt, ran it through this machine, and I'm guessing this little piece right here, is this what ramps it up into the truck or the cellar or whatever?
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Here's my question though. I feel like something different is going on here because I saw a crew working on this earlier. What do you have up your sleeve?
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make this as friendly as possible to children so that they have an opportunity to, have hands-on with all of the fun equipment.
Come and have fun and play.
So this is going to be a racetrack. I mean, this is just a total prototype, but basically they'll just like a derby, they'll just race their potato heads down the track and have a little bit of fun with it.
So it's going to be a potato head car.
Yes, potato head car.
My kids would love that. That's awesome. I am standing in front of what I hear is the world's largest potato chip?
No.
Not chip.
Crisp.
What's the difference?
The difference is a chip comes off an actual potato. So it's one that you're going to slice off a potato.
Okay.
A crisp is like a Pringles that you've put together.
Okay, so this is like a compressed potato product.
Yeah.
So there's actually not a potato this size somebody found and sliced up. Like this is actually kind of it. You mentioned Pringles, and you have this like big old display. What's the correlation?
So it was, Pringles is owned by Procter & Gamble, and it was their engineers in June 3rd, 1991 that created this potato crisp.
Of course, you can't come to the Idaho Potato Museum and not have potatoes. I mean, I feel like that's really wrong. So you've got some yummy fresh cut waffle fries here. Looks like, what is that, some chili sauce?
Chili and cheese sauce, and here's your baked potato.
A little bit of Velveeta going on, and a baked potato. Now this.
And this I want you to try too.
This is classic Idaho right here. This is classic Idaho. You got the legit Idaho spud. Russet, I'm assuming.
Russet potato,
Baked
yeah.
potato. What do we have here?
And here is one of our own little concoctions. It's a huckleberry fry sauce. So give that just a taste.
So imagine somebody walks up to you, you're enjoying a delicious steak, and they offer to put a dollop of ice cream on top. Pretty gross, right? Surprisingly, huckleberry dip with French fries, delicious. I've never had that before. All right, here we go. A little bit of huckleberry. Ooh, the fries are nice and hot. Wow. Ooh, that's delicious.
Yeah, it kind of turns them into candy fries, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. Whose concoction is this?
We designed it ourselves.
Just kind of put it together yourself.
Kind of put it together, a little this, a little that.
Oh, it's outstanding. You know, everybody seems like if you know anything about potatoes, you know about Simplot, like, which of course, Treasure Valley of Idaho. Blackfoot not in the Treasure Valley. We're in southeast Idaho now, and I wondered, like, why was the Potato Museum here?
Bingham County, which the Blackfoot is the county seat, produces more potatoes than any other county in the United States.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
And that's why you have all that equipment that was designed here too, because there was, you know, necessity is the mother of invention.
right.
Well, listen, next time you're in Blackfoot, you got to stop by the Idaho Potato Museum. It's more than just a couple pictures. There's lots of cool agricultural equipment here, some really neat videos, a cinema, the coolest gift shop I've seen in any little museum in Idaho so far. Very cool. And of course, amazing food. And if you want to know more about the Idaho Potato Museum here in Blackfoot, just visit lovewhereyoulivetv.com. Well, that's it for this time on Love Where You Live. If you want to know more about any of the people or destinations that you saw in this episode, or you want to pick up your very own Love Where You Live gear, like the CDA Idaho Antler t-shirt, check it all out in one place at lovewhereyoulivetv.com, and I'll see you next time.